Right, so we've now created a simple approach to add and create a cart for individual session IDs. So let's see if we can now return all items in our cart by session ID. So first we just need to determine what it is we want to return back to the client, create a serializer. So I think what we're going to return is a product ID, name, price, and quantity. So that's the data we're going to return back to the client regarding their current shopping cart. So let's make sure we add that into the import. So now we can create our new class, cart view. So I add the extend schema and define the response, which is going to be our cart item serializer. And we're going to potentially send multiple items in our cart back to the client. So many equals true in our serializer. I've added a description just because we can. So now we create a get method. This handles the HTTP GET request to retrieve the current user's shopping cart contents. Right, so first of all, we need to check if the user has an active session, which they should have if they are requesting a cart. Now, we can probably make this a little bit more robust, but we've got the basics in place. We need to first check the session because we're going to need that, of course, to return the data in our Redis server. Right, so we'll pass the session ID over to the getCart method, which we need to create next. And then once we have returned the data from our Redis database, we simply return in a response. Okay, so let's create a function that retrieves the cart contents for a given user session from Redis. We construct the Redis key using the helper function, and that just ensures consistent naming. And now we need to retrieve the entire Redis hash stored under the cart key. So for that, we're going to use the hgetAll command. So the raw cart, so we use the Redis client, which we've now changed to just R. Don't forget, I'll keep doing that just to remind you for now. So hgetAll, and then we pass in the key. Now, this is where you can spend a little bit more time on familiarizing yourself with the data that is returning from the database so that you can work with it accordingly. So here I've run the hgetAll on the cart, and I've used the session ID for the data that we already have. And you can see what is returned. You can't see what's returned. Let's run that again. So we can see what was returned here. So effectively, the Redis structure is like this. So what we do with the raw data is that we loop over each item and we use JSON loads to convert each string back into a usable Python dictionary. And that is what we return back to the view. So when we return the cart data, the response in the Django REST framework automatically serializes the Python data to JSON before sending it to the client. Right, so we need to hook this up to our URLs so that we can create a new path. So let's call this get, and this is going to be cart view. Right, so we refresh our Swagger UI. We now have the get. So this should now return our cart, of course. So let's try this out. Let's execute. We should have 2 products. So in many ways, that's just about familiarizing yourself with the data, how to handle the data that is returned from our Redis database.